And so the ship crashes and everything's exploding, everything's firing, it's going down the hole. It's a big, deep hole. Like, it's not just a little guy. So it takes a while to get down, even though I thought it was going to go a little bit faster. But so the crash happens, the flames come out, and Moff Gideon gets consumed by flames. Question is
he dead?
Is he dead? Drew, what do you think?
No.
No?
No. He's too good of an actor. We didn't see him die. We didn't see a body. He was wearing a legit droid armor, Mandalorian armor. Earlier in this episode, we saw Din on fire. And he was able to stop, drop, and roll and get out of there. And then catch the other guy on fire. Like, I don't think he's dead.
So my initial thing is he's still alive. Now maybe one of his clones survived, and we see a clone in the future.
That's possible too. I just don't think we're not gonna not see a version of him. Season 4.
Now we'll go into, like, we're gonna jump ahead to, like, the ending now, just because it's relevant to this possible death or not. But I think story-wise, I think he did die, because I feel that these 3 seasons of The Mandalorian are its own arc, and Gideon is the big bad of these 3 seasons. And now with his death, ushers in the Thrawn as the enemy.
I'm okay with that if that's what we do. I'm just not convinced right now, and I'm not willing to, like, put my house on it that he's dead.
I think that,
but if they, like,
I think the writing team is wise enough to say, all right, he's finally dead, and now here's the next stage in the story, and it's
I could see that
Thrawn. And I think, and so that's why this can end on a happy ending, like it did with him having a cabin with his son on the edges of Navarro, where, like, the Mandalorian arc is done. Even though we're going to see these characters in the future with the Mandoverse stuff, with Ahsoka story and Thrawn
season
stuff.
4.
Well, they said season 4, but
it's confirmed. What do you mean?
Jon Favreau said he wrote season 4, but I don't.
I'm pretty sure they confirmed at Star Wars Celebration that there's going to be a season 4.
Even so, that is not going to be related to Moff Gideon, if there is. It's going to be part of the next stage of the story.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be if there's a season 4, it's not going to be next year or something. I think it's going to be, it could maybe be the last thing that goes into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's going to be anything anytime soon. And so I think story-wise, Gideon is dead because this story here is done, and now it's the next chapter of the story. So, and like I said, if he does come back, it's going to be his Force-sensitive one, his clone. And I hope it's like the first episode of season 4, and it's like Din just shoots him in the head and he dies. All right. Like, someone in the Discord today was like, somehow Gideon returned. That's what's going to be said or something. Like, it'd be funny, but I don't know.
I like your thinking, and I would love that. Like, that would make sense. I think he's still going to come back, but because he failed so bad that he's also going to be kind of exiled with Thrawn's plans and stuff.
It's just like, I don't know, like, what he would do to come back. Like what would his... Yeah, he would have the same motivation, like, to seek revenge against the Mandalorians, but, like, how would that play into the rest of the story moving forward? Like, I don't know how it would be relevant.
I don't know. We still have that girl spy.
That is true.
And so, and she wasn't loyal necessarily to the Empire. She was loyal to Moff Gideon.
That is true.
So I think that's something that they're gonna still develop and work with. Because they developed her character. We saw her more in this show than we saw him.
Right.
So they're developing her character and her story arc. And like maybe that's the only tie maybe and some and like these other shows is like her character potentially. I'm
Unless
not sure.
unless you know she's a spy. Yes, she's a spy for Gideon in the New Republic. But I wonder if she's also spying on the rest of the Shadow Council. Like if she's gonna be playing like she's
loyal to Moff Gideon.
Right, but I'm saying I wonder if she's gonna work with the Shadow Council, but be like a spy on them in like for whatever Gideon's rest of his faithful are doing. Because I don't know, does he have more people outside of this Mandalorian facility that are on his
loyal
team?
to him?
I don't know.
It doesn't seem like, well, for sure this council doesn't seem like it.
Right, and then
Like
I wonder
they're willing to go with him because they believe that he had more power in the moment and he was more willing to do something than Thrawn was in the moment because they were tired of waiting on Thrawn. But then it fails drastically. So now they're not going to be loyal to him at all. So that's why I think when he comes back, it's going to be more of him trying to develop his loyalty again through the Empire. I don't think it's going to be like he's going to be a big antagonist again.
do you think he would be like I always get the terms mixed up, like a anti-hero or
Maybe
anti,
like he's gonna play.
Or he's gonna be so mad at what Thrawn is accomplishing that he's gonna join in to like fight Thrawn, but not like to be a good guy, but because he's just wants him to lose.
Yeah, it seems like his motivation is more for himself than anything else. And we know that he's not part of the cloning. All the cloning stuff he did had nothing to do with Palpatine.
Right.
It was all for himself worth, his self idea. Like Jeremiah, you even said in this episode that he cloned a 30 or a 40-year-old version of himself. Like he didn't even clone like a 20-year-old version of himself when she clearly probably could. We saw that in that whole thing. Like he could clone like a really fit young person, but he didn't. Like that's how much he is selfishly. So I don't think anything he's doing from this point on, if he's still alive, is going to be for the Empire. It's going to be for himself to be in charge of the Empire. So yeah, I think his way back in, he's going to have to play nice, but then he's going to start stabbing people in the back too, which I think would be kind of cool.
I don't know if he's gonna.
I don't know if we'll see it. I have no idea.
I don't think he's gonna like join the good guys. I think he's gonna like show up to like sabotage Thrawn, or at least try to.
Yeah. Exactly. I agree. But I don't think he's dead.
Because like
in Star Wars, we need a body. We need to physically see someone dead.
And it was weird how it was almost like he embraced the flames because he put his arms out.
Yeah.
Like it was really weird like how he did that. Like it was almost like by doing that, it's like a defensive move or something. I don't know. Like
it was almost like he like maybe like fell down the shaft and like hid underneath and like hid away from the flames a little bit too. Like
something.
I don't know.
So I think
he has a jetpack on.
I think there's.
I don't know.
I think story wise, 75% chance that he's dead, but there's this evidence to suggest that he's still alive. So it's always going to be in the back of my head moving forward.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm okay if they kill him. I'm okay if he's actually dead. But there's a lot of evidence in Star Wars that to tell me that he's not dead. Until we see his physically body, they can always bring him back.
You think that they would,
And they would show us that if they really wanted him dead.
because it's
That's
like,
my
okay,
thing.
if he fell down and died, they would have went down there to like try and find his body,
That's the thing, right? Is
and
like
like they reported to the New Republic that he was dead.
yes,
So
but
like, are we supposed to assume that means that they confirmed his death?
I th-
Like
I don't know, bro. I want to see that helmet.
on
I
that
wanted to
in that
see
bar, the
yes,
helmet in the bar, the
yes,
pilot bar or whatever.
exactly. That's what I wanted to see.
Or do you want to see
Him
that
bring
on, or do you want to see that helmet like in your background someday?
well, that too. We know that's gonna come out at some point, and your boy's definitely gonna get that because this looks so cool. And it's completely different design too. It's not like they're gonna just paint the Boba Fett helmet and add spikes to it
Right.
and call it like it's completely different design. So
Yep.
in like 4 years, we'll probably get it, and I'm all for that. I'm down. That'd be dope. Yeah, I think if they really wanted to confirm that he was dead, Dan would have walked in with that helmet
Oh, that
and
was so cool.
gave it
Dang it.
to
Dang it,
right,
Drew.
right.
You're
If
right.
they really wanted to confirm that he was dead, he would have walked in with that helmet and put it on the table and said, "Add this to your collection."
Dang it. That's
Yeah,
a
he's
good
not
point.
dead, bro.
They showed us those helmets for more than just showing us IG's head. Like,
Mm-hmm.
dang it, Drew.
That was a trophy. He literally called it too. Oh, Grogu's admiring our trophy wall. Well, you should have brought the main trophy.
Right.
So I don't think he's dead.
Yep. Well, that being said, big
I'm
giant,
okay if he's dead,
the
but
big flames are consuming everything, going onto the platform.